then explores how we can take inspiration from history's greatest leaders in the most challenging moments. Next, the Managing Your Workforce section acknowledges that while the initial shock of remote work has worn off for many, bolstering a culture of innovation, keeping remote workers engaged, and having difficult conversations, including, unfortunately, informing employees about layoffs, remain challenging. It looks at how the best retailers are keeping their employees safe and gives guidance on actions to take when one of your employees tests positive for COVID-19. The Managing Yourself section addresses how we can deal individually with a society-wide emergency. It has never been clearer that work life, personal life, physical health, and mental health are more closely intertwined than many businesses previously acknowledged. These chapters address important topics like how to avoid burnout and how to manage stress in dire times, and they help us understand how to find meaning in our collective grief. The final section, Seeing Beyond the Crisis, brings forward the kind of thinking that will be needed to adopt the visionary and shaping strategies to revitalize and reinvent your business for eventual recovery. It helps listeners consider how the economic recovery from coronavirus might unfold over time, looks closely at how you can ensure that your customer relationships outlast the pandemic, and speculates on how the landscape of labor laws and practices may be permanently reoriented. Finally, it encourages businesses to cultivate the culture of imagination necessary to build a successful future. This is the moment when great leaders and businesses will rise to the occasion. As Nancy Cohen shows in her contribution to this collection, leadership is often forged in crises. Leaders become real in difficult times, not only when they steel people with resolve and purpose, but also when they inspire people to experiment and learn through the crisis, turning adversity into opportunity. Section 1. Leading Your Business. 1. 4 Behaviors That Help Leaders Manage a Crisis. By Chris Nichols, Shoma Chatterjee Hayden, and Chris Trendler. The roles and responsibilities of business leaders have dramatically changed in the past few weeks. Before COVID-19, CEOs and other executives in high-growth companies were focused on fostering innovation, driving revenue, and gaining market share. Today, many of those same leaders must make rapid decisions about controlling costs and maintaining liquidity. They may encounter unforeseen roadblocks, supply chain issues, team shortages, and operational challenges that drastically alter the scope of their roles and priorities. All the while, they and their teams are navigating health and safety concerns, working remotely, and supporting their families through the pandemic. This is not an easy transition. Those in charge will be tested in areas where they have not fully developed their leadership muscles, and the learning curve will be steep. They will need coaching from their own bosses and others. Having conducted more than 21,000 leadership assessments among C-suite executives, our research team at GH Smart has learned that to move forward in a crisis, leaders need to cultivate 4 behaviors in themselves and their teams. They must decide with speed over precision, adapt boldly, deliver reliability, and engage for impact. The tactics that follow can guide you as you coach your leaders in these key behaviors. Behavior 1. Decide with speed over precision. The situation is changing by the day, even by the hour. The best leaders quickly process available information, rapidly determine what matters most, and make decisions with conviction. During a crisis, cognitive overload looms. Information is incomplete, interests and priorities may clash, and emotions and anxieties run high. Analysis paralysis can easily result, exacerbated by the natural tendency of matrixed organizations to build consensus. Leaders must break through the inertia to keep the organization trained on business continuity today while increasing the odds of mid to long-term success by focusing on the few things that matter most. A simple, scalable framework for